Yes.
Why are you passionate about your job?
Well, I've retired, but I am very passionate about helping people. And what I did when I first got on the job, I didn't expect what I would come up with. When I got on the job and we went to certain calls and that, we helped people, and I seen a lot of bad stuff. But we still helped, and we helped the families. We helped everybody. A firefighter is a special type of person. A lot of people can't do it. I could. When you come into a house and you can smell death, smelled it a whole bunch of times, and I can tell you stories about it, but I won't because it's kind of gross. But it takes a certain type of person to help another person. And this is a true statement. Firefighters are exceptional. I wasn't. I was just a regular fireman. I love my job, and if I could go back to the job right now, I still would. I can still run a scene. I can run any kind of collapse or anything else. I can run a scene. I've learned everything. What else you want to know?
What obstacles have you faced to get where you are today?
The obstacles. Well, I was young when I first started. I was 18 years old. When I got on the fire department, I didn't have an education. I had grade 10 when I started. My chief at the time told me, you need grade 12. Just do that. So I went to GED, or I took GED. I passed that, and it was a hardship. It took a year and a bit to get through it. I didn't know the shortcuts at that time, but I did do it, and so then I got hired on full time. I spent 33 years at the fire department. One of the best things I ever done in my life. I used to own a towing company. I sold that to get on there. What else you want to know?
What advice would you pass on to someone interested in what you are doing?
All right, if you want to be a firefighter, you have to have a special thing to help people. You can't be grossed out with blood, guts, and no, it's true. You would see somebody with their arm cut off or something of that. You got to be able to pick it up, take it, package it, put it into ice, and take it into the hospital where they can hopefully reattach it. You cannot be a wuss. You have to be somebody that it doesn't affect you. And it takes time for that, so it doesn't affect you. But eventually it does affect you. A lot of guys I know have PSD, and post-traumatic stress disorder, because of the shit we've seen. And just the way it is. Next.
If you were young and started out again, would you choose to be a firefighter or another career?
Well, that's a hard one. If I was young again, I wouldn't even think of that as a career, because I didn't at the time. It wasn't my choice. It was my ex-wife's choice that she put my application in. I had a business, and I worked at the CP Rail and a whole bunch of other places. And I was going to be an engineer for the CP Rail. Yep. I had all that. I had the brakeman's course and all that set up. But as a choice as a young person, yes, I would do anything, not just the fire department. I do anything with municipal and all that, because you have a pension, which most people don't think about, and you have a career. As a firefighter, it's a special person, and if you want to go into that, cool. If not, get a job with any kind of city or whatever so you have a pension. I'm old now and I'm living on my pension. I'm on a fixed income. And it's good. Next.
Why and how did you become a firefighter?
Well, I think I just said that. I had a towing company at the time, and my ex-wife thought that I'd be good at knowing the roads and all that. And there was a thing in the paper, the old Herald in Port Coquitlam, looking for volunteer firemen. So she applied for me. I did not. Last thing in my life I ever wanted to be. She applied. I got a call from Chief Bill Wingrove way back in the day. Poco was a little community.
Quite a bit smaller than it is now.
He knew my name, he knew my grandpa, he knew my mom, he knew everybody. Called me in one day and says, "So you want to be a fireman?" I said, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't sure. He says, "Well, you'll like it." All right. He says, "Well, volunteer first. Show up Tuesday." So I did. Spent 3 years as a volunteer, and then I got hired on full time. Was not my choice. It was just what happened.
My ex-wife's choice.
Yeah, it was just what happened. It was not my choice.
Doesn't happen nowadays.
That's it.
That's
Good.
Thank you.
So I do anything good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Uh,
Thank you.